What's going on, beautiful people? And welcome back to another comic book review video. I'm your majestic sayer of words, SuperCliff, and if you guys are new to this channel, then do me a solid by smashing that like and subscribe button, and also hit the notification bell so that you'll never miss out on an upload, and so that you'll always be kept up to date with your favorite top tier comics happening in the comic book world. And today, folks, we are back at it with Marvel's Dark Ages issue number 3, written by the extremely talented Tom Taylor with the art by Ivan Coley. And guys, if you haven't been keeping up with the series, then definitely check out the playlist within this video's description. It will help catch everyone up on what's been happening. Now check it, folks. The entire world has been plunged into darkness, but luckily Marvel's heroes and villains have worked together to create a new world order. However, members from the Avengers and the X-Men have started to vanish during the night and have been taken and twisted up by Apocalypse. And so a group of heroes will have to assemble to travel across the dark planet in a desperate attempt to rescue their friends and to save a civilization that's already on its knees. Thus, without further ado, let's get this show on the road. Alrighty, folks, so our story picks up immediately with the Human Torch, where we see Johnny having his flame on, and it looks like something serious might be going on. But the reality of the situation is that they are actually just living their normal lives to the best of their ability. Now, Spider-Man gives us some narration where we have a bunch of new children just running around, and we have Jessica Jones and Luke Cage having their daughter Dani, Peter Parker having young May, and Johnny heating up a tea kettle for their tea party. And so while everyone sits around enjoying their day, living their life to the best of their ability, we see the arrival of Jessica Jones. And as she walks up to everyone, they can see the concern on her face. Therefore, something has happened, and that something is Tony Stark disappearing. And that's where we pick up in the work lab of Tony Stark, where Pepper Potts informs everyone that Captain America had stopped by and that the two of them walked out for a stroll, with neither of them returning. Now Blade, Wolverine, and Honey Badger are all sitting around and just working on the case, trying to figure out as to what just happened. Eventually they get the scent of Mystique. Realizing that this was some kind of trap, they follow the trail to wherever it leads. Going outside the cave, they find the location where Tony Stark had been ambushed. And as they examine further, and as they start to get the sense of who was here, they know that it was Apocalypse. And that's what takes us to the meeting of the minds, with Dr. Doom declaring that they have to do whatever it takes to get Tony Stark back. Now we know Dr. Doom, at the end of the day, doesn't care about Tony Stark's life, but what he does care about is the fact that Tony Stark is unarguably one of the best weapons makers this world has ever seen. And if Apocalypse has him, who knows what they could create together. And so Dr. Doom lets Black Panther know that everything he has built, this nation of free people, whom are all trying to have a normal life, will go up in flames. Now, of course, Pepper is the first individual to raise her hand and say that she will go get him. The only issue is that they don't even know if Tony Stark is alive. And not only that, they have no idea where he's being held, because everyone present, they have spent years avoiding Apocalypse and all of his forces, doing everything that they can to stay away from any kind of conflict. But they do have a weapon up their sleeve that could rush in very quickly and be able to scout out for the forces of Black Panther, and that's when they send out Quicksilver. Now the idea is that Quicksilver would be in and out within a heartbeat in order to investigate as to what is going on and where Tony Stark might be. And yeah, he might have done that pretty successfully. The only issue is that when he arrives, he sees Magneto. He sees his father being held prisoner, being used as some kind of EMP blocker. Therefore, Quicksilver can't help himself from not attempting to save his dad. And so with him rushing in as fast as he can go, Quicksilver reaches out for Magneto. But sadly, there is some kind of defensive force field that is preventing him from doing so. And not only that, but it sends a shock throughout his entire body, and Pietro ends up falling to the ground unconscious. Now at first, the villains toy with the idea of locking him away with the others, but Apocalypse has a better one, for he wants to send him back as a Trojan horse. And so with Quicksilver arriving back at the throne room of Black Panther, he appears unresponsive, That is until he looks up, and we see the purple in his eyes. Quicksilver is under the control of Purple Man, and before anyone can blink, Quicksilver makes his way around the room, doing major damage, killing Okoye, taking her spear, and jabbing it directly into the back of Human Torch. And with Johnny falling to the ground, fatally wounded, Sue rushes over to Johnny's side. However, Johnny can't control his flame, and so he tells Sue and all the others that they need to run, and that they need to get away as fast as possible. And boom, Human Torch lights up for one last time, completely disintegrating. But thanks to Sue's powers, she's able to shield everyone from turning into dust. Afterwards, we pick up a little bit later with everyone sitting around the bed of Quicksilver. And now that he's in the right state of mind, he feels extremely guilty for everything that's just transpired, and knowing that he wasn't in control. But fortunately, everyone understands this. But at the same time, he did just kill Johnny, so this isn't going to be easy for Susan Storm in the slightest bit. Now, Quicksilver starts to tell us exactly what he saw, and he tells everyone that they are using Magneto as some sort of power generator. And not only has Apocalypse gathered himself the smartest and the greatest minds the Earth has ever seen, but all of them are under the control of Purple Man. Now, Sue, upon hearing that Reed Richards is still alive, this moment has given her some kind of new purpose, a sense of living life again, because prior, Reed Richards and Franklin Richards were presumed dead for at least 4 years, and so finding out that they are still alive, Sue will stop at nothing to get them back. And so they prepare for a strike force because they're going to head into Europe the very next morning. Now, picking up with Apocalypse, he knows on what's about to happen. He knows on what lies beyond the horizon. And so he knows that Black Panther and everyone else will be coming for them, and that they will have a mighty force with him. However, Apocalypse has his army, and his first line defense will be the symbiotes. And that, folks, was Dark Ages, issue number 3. Tom Taylor has become a master at alternate world storytelling. He has shown time and time again that he's able to take familiar characters and even somewhat familiar stories and concepts and mix it all up for something new and entertaining. While these stories could easily just be the surface level changes, Taylor constantly surprises us with depth and emotion into moments that are memorable long after being read. And Dark Ages issue number 3 is a perfect example of what he's able to do. Now, the reason why I've enjoyed this series and Taylor's Dark Knights of Steel is that it avoids the usual grim darkness of Taylor's other alternate universes. Issue number 3 contained a wonderful mashup of all the various levels of Marvel beings. Of course, we have our mutants, we have our scientists running around, our rulers, and the villains. And wow, the villains are perfect in this. They are behaving the way that they should. Mystique is up to her old tricks again, while Apocalypse is masterminding a major takeover scheme. The issue also features elements of Taylor's trademark humor, especially during the opening sequences featuring tea parties. Immediately, we are shown by Taylor that he has perfectly nailed the voices for each of these characters. And without a doubt, Johnny Storm would totally brag about how one time he melted through Galactus. Other gems include Gabby Kinney telling people exactly how Captain America would actually smell, and Johnny lambasting Dr. Doom for being, well, Dr. Doom when the heroes are under stress. The humor not only reminds readers of the hero's humanity, but it also helps balance the more serious moments. The deaths in Dark Ages issue number 3 were off the wall, and I am talking John Wick 3 level deaths to where you are verbally saying, oh shit. I love seeing this. This is where Marvel shines. Alternate realities are their sandboxes, because the writer is truly free to create and destroy so many different characters and not have it affect the 616 universe. I love it. Marvel characters tug at my heartstrings. Taylor slowly builds up this moment with the hero enjoying time with his friends and family before meeting his end. Unfortunately, the only thing that makes the death hit harder, even after these heroes work so hard to create a paradise, is that they still handle loss like any mere mortal. Coeli continues to present his version of the Marvel Universe in surprising detail, giving characters costumes that not only adapt to the technology-free world, but inform readers about their characters. Both Dr. Doom and Black Panther's fur-lined capes, with Doom wearing a more medieval version of his armor, Johnny and his sister Sue wearing rugged jackets and khakis over their costumes, is a silent nod to the Fantastic Four's origins as explorers. It's fantastic. Pun. Coeli also draws the hell out of action scenes, especially with Quicksilver. I've rarely seen scenes involving a super speedster that feel like they are literally moving. All of it is rendered in a vivid color by Reber, with scenes taking on a golden hued light in the Kingdom of Wakanda or a dark blue sky in Apocalypse's kingdom. Dark Ages issue number 3 threatens the paradise that our heroes have built for themselves. The end of the issue teases another hero undergoing a horrifying transformation, and since now we are at the halfway point, I fully expect the creators to punch other readers and me in the heart again. Dark Ages issue number 3 gets a lovely 9.5 out of 10. And guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button in order to show your support to the channel. And tell me, what are your thoughts and opinions on this issue? Are you guys excited for Dark Ages issue number 4? Are you guys like sort of sad that this series is almost over? Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section below. And until the next video, peace.